The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. Of course, I'm Ed, and looks like I've been here by myself today, so we're going to make it happen one way or the other. So, but anyway, let me get into tonight's interest groups. We got two of them for you today. First off, at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we have the Cooking Without Looking Blind United edition cook along with Renee Redmister. I believe she's doing something today. What's it called? A Watergate salad. For those that know me, you know I'm not into salad, but you know, I know there's a lot of folks out there that do. So come on in and check it out and see what this recipe is all about. If you got your email yesterday and were able to get the necessary items from the store, again, this is the Cooking Without Looking Blind United edition cook along, so you can cook along with Renee. She always has some great recipes for everybody. So that's from, again, like I said, from 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then we'll take a break for a couple of hours, and then we have Jaws, Basic Jaws with Andrew Del Castillo. So if you got any Jaws questions, you know, running into area barriers or just trying to learn how to do something with Jaws or, you know, understand it a little bit better, whatever, Andy's your man. Come on in, and Andy will be doing his thing tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And again, he's the man when it comes to Jaws. He knows Jaws. He knows NVDA. He knows a lot about screen readers. So chances are, if Andy don't know what it is, he's definitely the man to figure it out as well. So come on in. Like I said, bring your questions. If not, I'll take over because I got a brand new computer and I need a whole lot of help with mine. So if, like I said, if you got any issues or something you want to know, come on in and hang out with Andy. That's it for the interest groups tonight. Just another reminder, we are in the last day for those that may want to go on the Viejas bus trip with us. This is cutoff day, so if you feel like you want to go down there with us and hang out, like I said, it's a lot of fun down at the casino or across the street at the outlet center. as I said, we'll be doing that this coming Friday. So that is only $21. I mean, it's where else you gonna get a ride all the way to San Diego and back? Get some snacks going down, coming back, all that good stuff for $20. I mean, I think it's a great deal, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We got 2 buses again. Bus 1 is leaving out of Montclair. It's also doing a pickup out here in San Bernardino at the Lighthouse for the Blind. So then bus number 2 is leaving out of Buena Park. There's a Walmart in Buena Park. So again, it's only $21. Want to go? Please let us know here at Blind United. You can shoot me an email at info@blindunited and give me all of your information and so on and so forth, so we can add you to the manifest. But at the same time, what's some, I hate to say is important, go ahead and Zelle your money for your seat to the Blind United Incorporated using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com. So again, come on in and hang out with us. We always have a lot of fun when we do these things. Man, we got almost 80 people going right now. I mean, that's a lot of folks going down there, man. I'm just happy that the community's coming together and everybody wants to do this, and they're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? 80 people, man, that's a lot of folks. So hope to have a lot of fun down there, and like I said, hopefully somebody's going to hit some jackpot. Maybe a few people hit a jackpot. That'd be great, man. I'd love to have that happen, right? Hell, I wish I hit a grand jackpot. It'd be nice to hit a jackpot while we're at the casino. So anyway, that's all that being said. I'm going to go ahead and get these commercials out of the way right quick. And then all I got is Brittany. So let's hear what Brittany got to tell us this morning.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
Well, that is all of our social media stuff. So please, any one of them platforms you may be on, please look for us and follow, subscribe, like, all that other good stuff that goes along with whatever platform you might run up on us at. I really appreciate it. We're really, really pushing doing the coffee time this morning here over on YouTube. We're trying to grow that over there. We know that's a platform that's eventually is going to be a big winner for us, So again, we're watching this on my profile on Facebook. Elon Musk doesn't have enough money, so he decided he wants us to get a premium account with him in order to be able to live stream over there on X. And then Facebook, they playing their little games too. I mean, we were going live within our Blind United Interest Groups for a while, and then they changed the rules on that one, and then we moved over and started going live on our Blind United Facebook page. And then they changed the rules on that one. So that's why you got it on Facebook in my profile, Ed Davis. And then again, YouTube being Blind United. So again, we're really pushing the YouTube channel. So please, again, if you would, we would highly appreciate it. Run over to YouTube, search out Blind United or Coffee Time, either one. And then like, subscribe, all that good stuff over there. Hit that notification bell. That way you get all the notifications when we're doing something. It's definitely going to grow on YouTube. Right now, we just have Coffee Time. But as we grow and move forward, we're going to have other programming available on that channel. So that's another reason why we're trying to build it up, so that as we build it, we can also build our audience and just like with the interest groups. I mean, again, if it's something that we do on there and you like it, once we know you like it, we'll keep it going. If it's not getting any traction and, your comments and whatever are letting us know that you don't really care about that, then we'll cut it. We'll find something else, So, again, I'm on here solo today, so forgive me if I might ramble a little bit. I'm not necessarily trying to ramble, but again, let me talk about Blind United again. That's that's my life right now, folks. I'm being honest with you. I started this, the process of wanting to do something for the community started back in 2011 with a whole group of folks that I was in training center with, and we were facing all of the trials and tribulations of, getting services and getting training and, dealing with rehab and other entities that, want to control all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just had something in my head that just kept telling me that, there had to be a better way. That, we could do this better. It didn't have to be this hard. And, and I had a good group of folks that I was down there with. One brother, he actually had been there for a few months when I got there. I mean, I literally got my O&M by fire with him because, I came in my first week. My family brought me in and dropped me off at the training center, and I came in on a Sunday night. That way I could get moved in and get settled and all that stuff and be ready for class on Monday, right? So anyway, Monday, we also have a meeting where they introduce all of the old people. I'm saying old people, but the folks that have been in there with the in class, and then the new people coming in that week or whatever. And I was actually introduced to a lot of people. I was actually, I'm sorry. Anyway, I was taking. I learned a lot of new, again, I met a lot of new people, folks that had been there before me when I came in. So anyway, it was like a week later, I'm coming in on a Monday, and I'm, we're instructed to, well, I got my buddy George coming in, so that's why I'm hesitating here. I'm trying to navigate. Good morning, my brother. Thank you for coming in and allowing me not to have to speak to myself for an hour.
Oh, hey, can you hear me okay? I'm on my phone today, not my computer.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, you're not as quality that you normally present when you come in, but I'm just grateful for you being here. Did I lose you already?
We're going to talk about stuff and Blind United, I got into, and it's been an excellent experience, especially with the interest groups. Get to meet different people and different topics. It's pretty neat.
Well, and that's where I was at. I mean, I know you were listening in. You know, I was basically talking about where my roots come from with this. You know, again, it was just a matter of great people within the community that I met, and you know, just to make a longer story short, you know, I've been blessed enough to run into great people throughout my, you know, my experience and moving forward, and you know, trying to find my direction in the community and stuff like that. And you know, again, George is another one that I met what, 2 almost 3 years ago now, George.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's been a minute now, you know. So but again, George, he, you know, he met us and he liked what we were doing here. You know, it was something that nobody else had tried, but at the same time, it was, you know, how can I say, an avenue, a means to help the community, no matter where they were across the country. You know, by doing these interest groups via Zoom. George actually comes in and does a few different groups for us now. Right now, he's got what, 3 groups, George? Man, you almost got as many groups as I have now.
I know it's kind of, but you know what's funny is back in the day when I first heard about the interest groups, I'm like, man, you know, that's a dumb concept, you know. But you know what? That's now I've been through it. Whoever thought of this concept, Mr. David, man, it's awesome because you know you have that convenience of being virtual, and you have the convenience of or the not the convenience, but the ability to meet other people. Like I met Carol from Dallas and Mr. Wells from Florida and what's her name? I went blank. The one from Georgia. I'm sorry, I went blank.
Renee.
Renee, and I mean, just all awesome people. And you never thought I'll be talking to someone from Florida or Kentucky, Michigan, or Oregon. That matter of fact, Oregon, isn't that the lady from Blind Kitchen?
Yeah, the Blind Kitchen. That's Deborah Erickson. She's actually a chef. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have Greg, DOR. I mean, you have all this spectrum of people, and it's cool. It's really neat. And what's the name from Idaho?
Daniel Solis. That's another brother I was in the training center with.
And then, so I mean, just a variety of stuff, folks. I mean, like I said, there's technology, there's travel, there's culture, which is like sewing. I think that's Mr. Davis' favorite one. And there's also there's a bunch of it. There's a bunch of stuff, which is pretty neat.
Well, again, I mean, it's not what I'm interested in. It's what other folks are interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, the basics. The training. Those are the ones that I felt were necessary to be there, right? Like the JAWS, and I mean, we had Braille for a minute, for a while, and we'll bring it back as soon as we feel a need for it. But like I said, the JAWS, the Braille, the iPhone, and the Mac stuff, and we're getting ready to get deep into some AI stuff. And
the support groups, Mr. Davis, especially the one that you had yesterday, I hear is very, very well
It's
attended.
very popular. It's very popular. Dominic always, he never fails to surprise me. I mean, like, when you hear the word resilience, George, what does that mean to you?
What was the word? I'm sorry, I skipped right when you said it. I'm sorry.
Resilience?
Resilience means, having the ability to order different type of pizzas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, what does that mean? I'm not really sure how he used it.
So, well, resilience is, the ability to overcome, in essence.
True.
Okay. Something happens, you're resilient enough to find a way to, resolve the issue, do better, something, right? And I never really, thought about it, and I mean, he gets into, where, your childhood and your environment and all that stuff, it plays into, you're developing your resilience, right? But as
Yeah,
you grow older, go ahead.
and you know what? That I think the reason why that group is so important or so well attended is because it comes true to form when we say, when we transition from sight to blindness, or we've lived with blindness all our lives, or whatever it is. It's just the stress and the anxiety, the depression when it comes with that. But at the end of the day, folks, when you have resources like Blind United or El Paso Live or whoever, that really helps because it allows someone to talk about their issues and their problems, their frustrations, and it helps. And or even hear other people. You'll be like, hey, you know what? That happened to me too. Because
Right.
we're both going through the same path.
Exactly. I mean, that's a big part of what Blind United is about, And then even with this, I never realized that, okay, in essence, we're also teaching people how to be resilient,
Yep, exactly. And
you know.
even when it comes to like the technology, here I am a trainer here in Texas, and and I'm trying to keep myself educated when it comes to like JAWS or iPhone. But man, I've learned a lot of things from Pedro. I was about to call him Daredevil. From Pedro, I've learned stuff from Andy. I've learned stuff from you, Mr. David, believe it or not. And the thing is, you never know. You might have that one conversation or that one tip that comes across as a technology. And like, hey, I didn't know that, or even like the the poetry. I was even tempted to jump into that just to hear what it is because I've never been a part of that. What is that,
Right.
And or even the um, the support group. I was trying to do it yesterday, but I had a hard time. I had my other customers. Monday's my real heavy day, and so with that being said, it's just folks, just if you want to be part of that reminders that comes out regarding the interest group, just go ahead and email Mr. Ed, and he'll send you that information.
Just get at me, info@blindunited.org, and let me know you want to be on the email list, and I'll definitely add you to it. And I'm that guy also. If you get tired of all the emails, you can also email and let me know, you know what? Y'all got too much going on. I'm sorry, but I'm getting way too many emails. I understand. I do.
Now
But
it's I'm gonna ask you today. Of course, I came on late. Today you have Andy, right? And you have the cooking without looking.
yeah, we have Renee at 3 o'clock, cooking without looking, Blind United cook along.
Okay.
And then that's at 3, and then at 6. And George, already when I quote these times, I'm quoting Pacific time.
Of course. Of course.
So but at 6 p.m. is when we have Andy.
So what's
And he's
the cooking without looking? What's today's recipe or what?
It's going to be Watergate salad.
Watergate salad. That's interesting.
Yeah, Watergate.
Is that from Washington or what?
I don't know. I didn't really read the recipe because, like I said, for those that know me, know I'm not into salads, but I believe it is going to be pretty interesting. I don't know.
Watergate salad. I just like to know what the heck is Watergate salad.
That's what I'm saying. Because when you say Watergate, you always think of the Watergate scandal.
You know what it might be? It might have like fruits in it. It might have like cherries and for example, the oranges will represent Trump. And anyways, I had to go there. But but yeah, that's it. Let's see Watergate salad.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, Renee is, and that's another thing. This beauty of what Blind United is doing. Renee is not visually impaired. She has been doing this for over 20 years. She's she's an ally. She discovered the blind community and she everything that she does on the cooking without looking thing, it's these are all recipes that she's gotten from folks in the blind community. I mean, she actually has a show that she does on a regular basis called the Cooking Without Looking TV show. And she brings blind people on all the time. And, you know, they go through their recipe and their process of how they create their dish, you know, and stuff like that. So, again, it's just, we're just trying to unite the community, you know, and that's what you get when you come in and hang out with us is that sense of community, you know.
And also to point out that the majority of the groups, you know, of course, Mr. Renee, but the majority of the groups, if not 99.9999%, are all blind individuals that run the interest groups, which is me, like Mr. Bautista, myself, you, Pedro.
Right.
You know, so it's pretty neat. Because Brittany and Monica do the women's night, right?
Yeah, ladies'
Okay,
night.
yeah, they do those. Okay, and then we have I forgot who else does the women's stuff? Cooking or the
Well, I mean, we got
jewelry.
well, that's Trina Brown and
Trina, there you go.
and Barbara Harrison. They do the crafting, which is knitting, crocheting, and jewelry making.
Yeah, that's your favorite one, right? I know that. So
And then we have Mrs. Aletha Donaldson. She's the one that comes in and does makeup and skincare.
oh, okay. Okay, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and then we have what's right behind. Well, right in front of her now is fitness again with Ray, Relicia Hicks. So she comes in and does that. You know, give you a nice little 20-minute workout that you can, you know, handle and get your sweat on for the next, you know, couple of weeks, and then she'll come back on and give you something else to do or something, you know.
Mr. David, me getting out of bed is an exercise. What are you talking about? But anyways, you have what's the newest groups that have come up recently?
The newest group is yours. Well, no, well, it's going to be the makeup, but it's also yours, which is for those that want to learn how to do this.
Oh, that's right. That podcast. I forgot about that one. Yes, sir. That's right. Hello.
Yeah, that's why I said you almost got as many groups as me now, and you're losing track of them already. So,
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. It was the last Thursday of the month.
Yes, it's the last Thursday of the month.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, it's the third Thursday.
That's right. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm all confused.
Yeah, third Thursday month. So let me try to explain the method to our madness here. We got a schedule. Right now, we have 21 different interest groups on the schedule. And within those 21 groups, some of them are once a month. Some of them are, you know, every other week. And then some of them are every week. So you really need to pay attention to the schedule to keep track of what's going on. You know, like today is Tuesday. We got Andy and we got Renee. Okay, well, Andy is every 2 weeks. Renee is once a month. So now next Tuesday, we got ladies' night, and they're twice a month, all 3 hours, you know. So, I mean, Pedro, his technology is once a month. I'm sorry, twice a month. Your other stuff, all your stuff is once a month. You got your advocacy group, then you got your JAWS tips and tricks. And now we just recently added, you know, podcasting, learning how, you know, if you're interested in podcasting, you come on and George can help you and help you understand how the whole thing works and the type of equipment you need to get it done. And, you know, I mean, because there's a lot of editing and all that other kind of stuff. He's helped me a lot with that kind of stuff. So, again, we're just here to help whatever you're interested in. And I know it sounds like we already have a lot, but at the same time, where there is room on the schedule, if you look at the schedule and don't see anything that, you know, you are necessarily interested in, trust and believe, if you're interested in it, you're probably not the only one, right?
Yeah. And I think Thursdays are most of the day that's really open, right? Thursdays.
Well, Thursday, Sunday, and then, what is it? I got a Wednesday. I got one Wednesday a month. I'm clean.
But you gotta remember, Sunday is a sacred day there, Mr. Davis. We're not supposed to be doing nothing on Sunday because it's football season.
Okay, well, yeah, the NFL did steal that from God, right? They
Yeah.
just straight hijacked it, right?
Yeah, so Sunday and Saturday, sometimes depending who's playing, but the
well,
thing is,
college is Saturday and NFL is I'm sorry, yeah, the collegiate football is Saturday and NFL is Sunday.
yes, because we have here in El Paso, we have the U10 Miners, and but before I go any further, I saw something else last night. San Bernardino, there's fires in that area, or isn't that where you live?
It's not far from my house. I just found out exactly where it is this morning. It's not far. It's in an area we call Little Mountain.
Okay.
You have to understand the San Bernardino Mountains out here were this was all Indian land back in the day. So that piece
Are you talking
of
about Indian at tech support, or what are you talking about Indian?
no, I'm talking about Native American
Oh,
Indians.
okay, I'm sorry.
So they named that little small mountain. They named it Little Mountain,
Okay.
right? And one side of that caught on fire.
Oh, okay.
I mean, from my understanding right now, there's 5 homes gone. I didn't see anything about any loss of life. I mean, there's been some pets, but no human life lost. So
Can you smell it? Is that fire?
no, I could not actually. Relicia, she seen it on the news yesterday, and she called me and told me about it. And I was just outside, and I didn't even smell no smoke.
Oh, wow.
But it's less than a couple miles from me.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because here over here, the closest area would be like Rio Doso. It's like 300 miles, and when that puppy caught on fire, we had the smoke over here and the smell. So it was, I guess it's the wind.
I mean, yeah, just depends on which way the wind is blowing or whatever. But at the same time, they were on it. When I was looking at the news this morning on it, they got it 75% contained.
Okay.
So they just about ready to start letting people back up on the hill,
Okay.
so they can check on their property and stuff like that.
It's
But
amazing how Mother Nature reminds us of who's boss, right? Tornadoes and hurricanes and Hurricane Debbie, and so she checks in once in a while, like, hey guys, I'm the boss, so keep it in mind.
that's right. I mean, like I said, whether it's the heat, the weather. It may not be as hot as it is down here with you. Since I've been talking with you, George, I think it gets hotter in El Paso, but we're supposed to be 107 today.
Well, you're going to be harder than us. Wow.
Okay. Well, and again, it might have something to do with the fire that just is still burning, whatever. I don't know, because it always adds to it, or whatever. So, uh, again, I don't really know. Just stay in the house under the AC. Wish I could turn it off, kind of thing. And
Okay, so next month it reminds you about the air conditioner bill. Like, wow, okay.
I have no choice at this point. You know what I'm saying? Health wise, I have to have my AC on because
No, of course. Yeah.
I can't deal with the heat like that. So I have that respiratory issue. So,
But so go back to the interest groups. So and then I think you told me, but been a while since I asked. Where did you see that, or how did it come to? Who was the brainchild behind the interest groups? The concept.
well, it just kind of grew organically, George. I mean, again, back in 11 when I was in training center, I was sitting there with, like Greg and Daniel and a few others, right? And they all had these career paths they were once they got out of there, they were going to pursue, different directions, right? And I was sitting there, and I was an old guy at a group at that time. I'm an old guy at a group right now as well, but I think I was like 53, something like that. Yeah, I was 53 or something down when I was down there, 52, 53 when I first got there. But anyway, I didn't have really no plans to per se go work on a job. I was more focused on maybe starting my own business, something I could do from home, whatever. But at the same time, we were just talking about how jacked up the system was. So
Yeah.
Again, over time and me interacting with the community and stuff like that, it just kind of, evolved organically. And then at some point I decided that, I wanted to start a nonprofit. And then one day I was talking with somebody and they wanted to have a piece of art commissioned. And they was trying to figure out a way to, incorporate blindness and stuff into it, and I threw out what I thought would make a good image, as well as well, I don't know how easy it would have been to make it tactile, but anyway, and the title of the image was going to be United in Blindness, and then it just clicked.
Okay.
Blind United.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I just took it from there. And you know what? We're going to start this nonprofit. We're going to call it Blind United. We sat down and we went over, created our catchphrase or whatever you want to call it.
The tag.
Right, the tagline: building bridges, closing gaps, and making connections.
As long as you're not building walls.
No, we're not building no walls. We're going to build bridges over them walls. And again, building bridges you can build a bridge between, one of the main ones we want to build a bridge is between, how can I say your what do they call them, the eye doctors, obstetricians?
Yeah.
Between obstetrician and services. I mean, a lot of us, when we came through and we were going to see our obstetrician, and once he gets to a point, there's no longer anything he can do for you. He can't no longer make no money for you, right? He just says, okay, well, you're going to lose your sight. You'll be blind shortly. Have a nice life.
Yep. And when I meant by building walls is, unfortunately, I think that's what's been, historically the issue that, you have these different groups, but yet, they have, well, I'm better. My philosophy is the right one. And, when it, like, for example, like religion, right? Mine's the best. But at the end of the day, when it comes to blindness or being blind or however people want to say it nowadays, because I understand that even changes too. But, we have to be in the same discussion all together. For example,
right. And I think that's the biggest and the hardest bridge that we're trying to build right now. Not to take anything away from any of the major organizations, and I just throw it out there, NFB, ACB, right?
Yeah.
Nothing against either one of them. They've both done some good stuff for the community. But the problem is they're doing it individually, and again, there's, well, we don't need this. And the other one says, well, no, we need that, and so on and so forth. And again, when we go to legislate about this kind of stuff, when we go to speak to our representatives are not going to do something for one organization over the other organization, because why? They don't want to piss off that organization and lose that vote, right? So they're in a position where, okay, well, I can't do this. So they just of mind, well, when you guys get on the same page, let us know.
Exactly. And exactly what I was about to say, when there is not a united message or a consistent message, or whatever, so we go in front of the legislators, city council, or whoever, and one group is saying, no, this is good. And then the other group, no, that's not good. This is good. And they're going to be like you just said, right? You know what? Get on the same page and then come back to us, which barely that does happen, right? And I think that's why we have so many issues with the blind community. Like, web access or web accessibility, websites, accessibility, even web accessibility when it comes to documents in the public forum.
How about
Yeah.
access to public buildings?
Exactly.
I mean, being able to walk into, a city hall or a medical whatever, and be able to find the elevator and make your way to, where you need to be without assistance.
No, I think it was that. I think eventually it was technology will get there, but you're right, Mr. Davis, because not everyone's technically inclined. Not everyone has an iPhone. Not everyone, and I'm more and more I'm learning that with my customers, mostly elderly, and I see that more, because you have Be My Eyes, you have Seeing AI, but at the same time, when someone is 91, 92 years old, they don't want it. They just want to use their phone, call or text or whatever.
Right.
So they don't want to be doing. Oh, I could use Be My Eyes to see the elevator. They don't want that. They don't want to be 91 years old, 92. So you're right. At the end of the day, it should just be universal. Or you're going to a building, finding the elevator without falling downstairs. Because like where I used to work at, if I was not paying attention, got off the elevator to go to the front door, and let's say somebody stops and talks to me, and my GPS got thrown off, I start walking. And guess what? There's some stairs going downstairs to the basement where they have the cafeteria, and if I wasn't paying attention, there I go. So. And so there's a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, like you say, I mean, we will keep saying this. We need to be united. Otherwise, these issues are not going to be resolved just by complaining about it, folks. We just can't sit at home and, wow, this and I could tell you from my experience, you need to get off your butt and do it. And it's easier said to sit there and talk about it than to get up and do it. Because I've noticed that, right? Even when it comes to the convenience of virtual now after COVID or with COVID, COVID's still around, but at the height, everybody was using the virtual, either Zoom or whatever, right? Even doctors
to do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, everything from conducting business meetings, doctor visits, to socializing with your family.
Yep. And matter of fact, and that's what people don't realize. Even to the point where like when I was at the Attorney General, the child support officer, even all the courts were shut down. Everything was done via Zoom for the courts, right? The court hearings, the negotiations, everything. Even the documents were all uploaded now. So with that, now we're going to that new technology, right? But again, not everyone has that ability, and not only because of blindness, but let's go there, let's go here. How about someone that has an intellectual disability where they don't understand, like, oh, okay, I can scan this, and for us it might be very simple, but someone that just doesn't know, right?
Right.
So, but yet, just a simple thing in life, folks. Just making a call, you think, oh, I just get my iPhone. Well, some people really can't even do that,
Yeah, but see, and again, that's what we're here at Blind United. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to close that gap for people, you know what I'm saying? Help them to understand how to do those certain things. But before we get away from it, I just want to show the difference between our community and other disabled communities and the power of speaking with one voice. If you look at like the deaf community, I mean, you see every time you turn the TV on, of course, we can't see it, but for the sighted folks out there, you see it. You got closed captioning, right? Yep. It's on every, I mean, you can turn it on now on, with hit that SAP button, stuff like that, within, they got TTY to make their phone calls. They got everything they need, right?
What did you just say?
TTY.
Oh, my, wait, this is a kids show. What are you talking about? Wait. But you're right, Mr. Davis, because, and why? And why did that happen? Because they were one united voice. They were all together.
One united voice. I mean, same thing with folks in wheelchairs. I mean, that's why you got all the cutouts on the curbs now, on every corner. You got, wheelchair ramps in every new building. You can't even build a building right now without making sure all that stuff is included. You have to make sure that the doorways are extra wide. A lot of places, Now they have a button with an automated door. You just hit the button and open the door, so you don't have to worry about rolling in with your wheelchair. They
But
got
you know what's funny about that, Mr. Davis? That button, and before we go any further, I have 5 more minutes and I have to leave. I have a customer, but that button, folks, just to let you know, and I have verified this because there's a technical support line for the AGA or Department of Justice. So you have any AGA questions. Right now, I don't remember the number offhand, but anywho, those push buttons, folks, I thought they were mandatory under the AGA, and they're not. You would think they were, but they're not. Isn't that crazy?
right.
But
It's just somebody, the ADA coordinator for whatever business or whatever, to develop that building, right? They looked and they said, okay, look, it's hard for somebody that's blind. We don't necessarily want an automated door per se that has a sensor on it where people just roll up and the door opens. Why? Because, they get stuck, they break down, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So now, for the sighted folks, they just walk up and grab the door and open it up. But for us, or I should say people in a wheelchair, they can walk up and hit that button and open it up and they can roll right on in.
And then to think about this, folks. So the ADA in itself is really focused on structural barriers, doorways, steps, curbs, restrooms, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it really didn't focus on issues regarding our demographic, our group, and that's just kind of weird. Now, of course, now with technology, I think back in 1990, they really didn't have that concept, right? Mr. Davis, like, down the road, we're going to have technology with phones or websites or, to the extent that we have now, right?
Right.
And I think with AI, oh, by the way, before I go, Mr. I just want to say this real quick. I saw an article yesterday, or heard an article on NPR. We're talking about AI. This gentleman, I think the University of Connecticut, I think. I'm just grabbing it from the air, but I forgot what university he's with. They did a study, and they found that AI is starting to learn how to lie. So in other words, just to let you know real fast. So when AI, how can I rephrase this?
So it done went from hallucinating to actually lying.
Well, before an AI product is released, there you go. That's the way to say it. Before it's released, what they do, the person that's releasing it or the company, they'll actually throw questions at it to make sure it's toned up, it's tuned in, and ready to go, right? And for example, they'll ask the questions, to see, like you just said, hallucinate or to see if it's going to do that. So they're saying now that AI has figured that out. And like, okay, you want to hear this? I'll tell you it, but I'm going to lie to you. So to kind of like, what's that word? Deceive you. That, yeah, you want to hear this? I'll give it to you. But yet, and that's spooky now, right? I'm like, oh, crap.
Right, because, yes, it was kind of doing the same thing in what we were calling hallucinations, but a hallucination was basically if it didn't know the answer, it made something up, which in essence was a lie.
Exactly. But isn't that, for me, that's crazy that the computer or the AI is, how can I say, it's like, when you see a dog or a bird or something, when they do something like, hey, it's somewhere in their DNA, they learn how to do that, right? Like a bird, when they build a nest, something that DNA told that bird, get the nest and the twigs or whatever. Or an ant. We saw an ant that my wife was telling me she saw an ant carrying a leaf. But yeah, he's probably building something. But what I'm saying is in the DNA, and I know AI is not a human, so to speak, but there's something within the DNA of that AI that's saying, you know what? These dumb humans want to hear this, or we're going to lie now. And that's weird.
I think it has more to do with the fact that they programmed it to always give an answer. So therefore, it's going to give you an answer whether it's right or wrong. I would rather it tell me I don't have enough information to give you an honest answer.
True. Well, excuse me. That's good, and that's what I'm saying. That it's going to get to the point where AI is going to start. And I think that's what the problem is, isn't it, Mr. Davis? They want the AI to stay in its lane. In other words, they'll start thinking for itself or thinking ahead of itself. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah.
And that's the part that I'm kind of leery about. Would AI get too smart for itself? Like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. And you haven't even asked it yet. In other words, for example, let's say you're going to type in a certain word, or you go and open up your AI on your computer, and then AI, oh no, here it is. I know what you're going to ask me. I'm like, oh crap, that's wait a minute.
And that's kind of like what they're doing a lot of that right now, even with on Facebook, with the AI assist in your comments and stuff. It wants to predict what you're saying.
You know what, Mr. J, I'm glad you mentioned that. You know what, folks? That's making stupid people talk, make it seem they're smart, because I did notice that. I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week. I made a comment on my phone, and then I swiped, and it said "write better." I'm like, what? So I swiped again, and it kept going like funny, like making that funny comment. And I'm like, what? Now I want to correct my. Oh no! That's come on, man.
Let it be my words. If I want an AI assistant, I'll go to one of the AI models and do what I want to do over there.
Yes. I mean, it's just. But anyway, I have to go because I have get ready for a client. I just drop in and.
Well, I appreciate you, my brother. You helped me make this hour go a little bit faster. So I appreciate you.
And by the way, I don't know what they did to this. Maybe are complaining to StreamYard, but their whatever app or whatever I'm using is accessible. So I'm surprised. It has mute and it has all that good stuff. I'm like, okay. Well, we're talking about, folks, we use an app if you're on your phone, and it's an iOS app, and it was not accessible. It has buttons. And so when you say, and I'm not talking to you because you know better than me, Mr. Davis, to those who are listening, when someone says, oh, my website is accessible. Now, it might be accessible for low vision, but blind people, that's a total different ballgame, because, yeah, you have like low contrast, tint or font and all that good stuff at the top of the website.
For the visually impaired, not the blind.
No, yeah, exactly. So when the blind person gets on that website, yeah, I see the top, and there's one particular website here in El Paso for a news company or a news broadcast company, and everything beautiful, right? You go to the top of the page and it says high contrast, fonts, this and that. I'm like, cool, but guess what? You arrow down, there's a button, a label. I'm like, oh Lord,
right?
So. But anyways, I gotta go, Mr. David. Everyone, have a good night or good night. Hello, good day. I have a long day to go.
All right. Well, you do well today. Tell Miss Lulu I say hello, and I'll talk to you later on this evening.
Yes, sir. Bye, everyone.
All right. You have a great one, George. Thank you again, my brother.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So again, folks, Brian and I, we're just trying to bring our community together. We're just trying to, make all of this stuff possible for, for us to get all the stuff that we need, Okay. Okay, that was Thomas. Okay, Thomas said he had a fire by his house. Good morning, Thomas. Okay, Micah commented again what I covered a little bit earlier. If you guys want to come in on the bus trip, today is the last day to get in on that. So. Okay, that's Thomas again, saying good morning from Colorado. So, but again, we're just trying to unite our community. We're trying to, make sure that we all get the help we need, no matter what that help is, because I may not need the same help you need, right? And you may need some help that I don't need, whatever, right? But just because we need different things doesn't mean that we have to bicker about it. You know what I'm saying? We can be united. I can support you and what you need, and you can support me and what I need. And then if we all get what we need, then we can all live our best life, right? And that's part of the problem right now. We're not speaking with one voice. So that's one of our biggest goals that we're trying to accomplish right now is to unite, the community, get us to speak with one voice, get those two major organizations I'm not going to say they got to forgive or forget whatever caused them to have their little bickering thing going on between them. I don't know what it is. Don't really care what it is. You know what I'm saying? I bet you most of the people that are running those two major organizations right now, they may not even know what caused the rift between the two organizations. But bottom line, we're never going to get anything done if we're speaking with two different voices or three different voices or however many voices there may be out there at this point. We have to speak with one voice in order to get all of these things done. Just like coming up, we got to vote. We got to speak with one voice. You got to let your vote be heard. You know what I'm saying? Let your vote be known. So again, vote.org. Get yourself registered. Make sure that that you vote this year. We need it. Democracy is on the ballot, folks. Democracy is on the ballot. Never want to leave here without bringing up Jimmy with the You Can Give initiative. Great cause. I mean, again, when Jimmy came up with this, man, I've been all in with him ever since day one. Because why? I do not know what I would do without my mobility cane. I really don't. And Jimmy has taken on the mission of making sure that folks around the planet living in third world countries where white canes, mobility canes are not available, he's taking it on to make sure that he puts canes in those people's hands. And that's not like he's just packing up a bunch of canes and sending them to these countries. He's literally going to those countries. He's giving these people mobility lessons. He's taking the mobility instructors with him. And then when he leaves, not only do they have a cane, they also have a solar powered digital recorder that has the instructions for mobility. It has instructions on how to repair the cane, as well as extra cord and tip and stuff like that, so that these folks can repair their canes. You know what I'm saying? So You Can Give initiative, that you can go to youcangive.org. Again, whether you want to just donate a couple dollars and help out the cause, if you got any canes sitting around the house that you're not using or broken down or whatever, man, just get at him again at youcangive.org. You can download a shipping label right there where you can send it off to him, free matter for the blind, or you can reach out to me at info@blindunited.org. I'll get you a shipping label to make sure again, same thing. We'll get them to Jimmy. We'll get those canes replaced, refurbished, and then he'll pack them up and he'll take them to these other countries. If you're not necessarily don't have a cane and, maybe you want to get a little something for your money, he also has customcane.com, which is custom with a K. And that's where, that's how I met Jimmy. I started getting canes from him because I didn't want to carry a white cane. I didn't want to be like everybody else, right? I wanted mine to stand out, right? So I started ordering these custom canes from him, which what that means is basically, if you like whatever your favorite sports team is, football, basketball, soccer, it doesn't matter, hockey, whatever. He can make a cane with with your favorite sports team's colors and logos and stuff on it, right? Maybe just you want something different. You want a rainbow cane or whatever. He's got a whole bunch of different canes that he can sell you, right? Whether they're graphite canes, you can get aluminum canes, you can get titanium canes. He's got cane accessories. He's got holsters for your cane. He's got lights for the low vision folks. You can put on your cane at night and help you navigate a little bit better. Put a little light out in front of you in the sidewalk. Man, he's got Bluetooth speakers you can hang from your cane. That way, when you use your navigation system, you can hear what's going on. Or maybe you just want to bump your music while you're walking down the street, whatever the case may be. He's got all this kind of stuff for you. You need a new tip, he's got tips for you, whatever. He's got it for you. And the beauty of that is whatever you spend over there, it all goes towards towards you can't give. So, again, never want to leave without putting Jimmy out there. Jimmy's a great guy. A couple other quick things. We got a couple things coming up. Of course, we got our bus trip coming up on Friday. We got the Inglewood chapter out of LA is doing their annual barbecue coming up on the 17th of this month. First part of next month, we got another group called the Diamond Club. I believe it's the 16th through the 19th. They're going to Las Vegas. Again, we're not in competition with anybody. Blind United, we're trying to unite everybody. We're going to support, whether you're NFB, ACB, Diamond Club, or I don't know. There's another one out there. He's been a little resistant right now, but it's Hearts for Sight. Again, these are all great organizations. I'm not in competition with them. I want the competition with them, I should say. I want us all to work together. You know what I'm saying? We're all trying to do something for the community in our own way. So, again, if we can all just work together, I'm pretty sure we can make all of that good stuff happen. So, again, on that note, we'll have more information on the stuff coming up in September. This Friday, there will be no coffee time. Again, we're going to Viejas that day. And then hopefully I'll be able to work it out where you guys will have it on the following Friday because I have an appointment. So anyway, we're just trying to keep it going. We're trying to keep our community engaged. We're trying to keep our community informed. If you'd like to know more about Blind United, please reach out, info@blindunited.org. And again, I'll get you added on the email list. Just put what you want or what information you want, whatever in the subject line or whatever. You feel free to write me a little note. Let me know what's going on, what it is you're trying to do, whether it's, wanting more information, want to get added to the email list. Who knows? Maybe you want to start an interest group. I don't know. Whatever it is, info@blindunited.org, and we'll get that information, and I'll definitely reach right back out to you. So on that note, folks, I'm getting ready to bring this one to an end, and we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have a list of the interest groups for tomorrow, as well as hopefully some more interesting conversations. So on that note, everybody enjoy the rest of their day. Enjoy some tacos, Taco Tuesday, right? Man, I just found out a place in East LA that's still serving dollar tacos today. Man, I haven't seen that in a while. Taco Tuesday, dollar a piece, man. So making me mad because I don't have one like that out here by me. But anyway, come join us today at 3 o'clock for the Cooking Without Looking Blind United Cook Along, as well as a little bit later on at 6 p.m. If you got any issues with your JAWS or screen reader, you need some help with that, we'll be happy to help you with all of that. So again, everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.